Dr. Stevens escorted me into the laboratory, beckoning me to peer through a microscope. As I complied, he revealed a mutated gene present exclusively in the affected individuals. I probed for the cause of this mutation, but Dr. Stevens responded, "No certainty yet. However, we suspect it might be linked to a food additive introduced in the year 2024, possibly accumulating within the systems of these men." Intrigued, I inquired about concrete evidence. Dr. Stevens proceeded, "Correlation doesn't equate to causation. Yet our observations indicate a correlation between the epidemic's onset and the additive's prevalence. Men in their 30s residing at home, playing video games in their mid-40s, manifestations observed with a minimal intake of this additive. Over time, its accumulation might be the culprit, albeit lacking concrete proof." Acknowledging this development with uncertainty, I returned to scrutinize my husband's meals. During lunch, Dr. Stevens outlined his plan for me to visit what they referred to as the habitat. His proposal centered on eliminating the additive from the affected men's diets, progressively reducing external support unless deemed necessary. He hypothesized that through this, their regression might reverse, ushering them back to a state resembling normalcy. Further, he furnished me with necessary preparations for entering the habitat. Among these were an odor blocker to counter potentially unpleasant smells, specialized attire, a long coat and pants lined with protective plastic, and a see-through surgical mask to ensure containment of any pathogens or injuries. The most alarming provision, however, was a stun gun with an emergency function, a precaution against potential dangers within the habitat. Nervous yet intrigued about the forthcoming day, I retired to my hotel room. Tyler's incessant crying and complaints about a perceived boo-boo left me disconcerted. Witnessing my once healthy 25-year-old husband, now cloaked in a giant, soggy diaper, felt like an emotional tug-of-war. His innocent query, "Can wifey poo play?" resonated deeply, juxtaposing the harrowing reality of a grown man inadvertently wetting himself. The following day, Tyler's persistent wetting prompted thoughts of future potty training. If a cure or solution were to emerge, it could revolutionize their lives, liberating them from the confines of adult daycares, altering dietary restrictions, and eliminating the need for constant care. Selena, the nurse, and Tyler engaged in a quiet dinner routine while I delved into research about food additives and their behavioral effects. Tyler's newfound fondness for ice cream, previously inconceivable given his stringent dietary habits, underscored the drastic changes inflicted by the epidemic. Rest that night eluded me, a whirlwind of excitement and apprehension swirling within. The next morning, despite the jitters, I prepared myself for the inaugural entry into the habitat. As the company's car whisked me to my destination, a myriad of emotions battled for dominance.